especially with the scores being low this week. But boy, it took everything that Mike Edwards had to win match one. Let's hope he has a little bit left over, because Parker Bohn will be PBA Player of the Year this year. 36 years of age, 5'11", going for his 6th win of the year.
Well, reminiscent of Mazza the last game. Solid 7-pin. Good quality shot for Parker.
Go to that spare ball. Had a nice year, 19 cashes in 23 events. Picks it up. Not only has he won 5 championships, but has been very consistent as he picks up the 7.
Well, he had a great opening game. Made that clutch shot, the fill ball to shut out John Mazza. Just wants to keep the momentum going. And it does become a little bit different. I mean, nothing against Mazza and his credentials, but bowling against Parker Bohn III, certainly the hottest player this year by far. Makes a little different game.
Averaging just over 217 per game this year. Second frame, working on a strike.
That's the 6 and the 10. The ball. I could see him motioning with his hand, rotating his hand as if I thumbed that. I didn't stay behind it long enough. Ball hooks high onto the head pin. You know, it's a mistake that amateurs make and the pros alike. It's that thumb down chicken wing shot where you just don't make the good proper projection down the lane. Oh, that was close.
Well, they painted those gold pins. Just able to make it, but still counts.
Well, this is just how close it was, Phil. I looked like it was blown down, not really knocked down, just barely. And the same shot that Mike Edwards just made, but not the same fate. Unfortunately for Bohn, it's the 4, the 6, and the 10. This ball's going right through the heart. 7-pin falls out, but 4, 6, 10, and the look of disappointment, disgust on Parker Bohn III's face.
It's 1. So Bohn with an open in the second frame. He does have beautiful form.
Oh, it's picturesque. The high backswing, the straight backswing, that great knee bend, the follow through, sliding foot perpendicular to the foul line. You know, he does a lot of things right, and that's one of the reasons why he's such a consistent player. Although, boy, 145, you don't see that too often from PB3.
Looks like he moved just a little bit and still leaves that 7-pin.
Now the first frame, ringing 7. In the third frame, the flat 7. Ball came in a touch light. Ball coming back into the pocket, but 4-pin not coming out, taking care of it. Now with the spare ball.
Picks it up, no problem with that 7-pin. So Bohn, a spare, open spare, and Edwards with a strike spare up now in the third frame. Has really just had the one errant shot here, and first match in a couple of frames. That was just a moment ago in the second frame, trying to get it back.
Again, just tentative on that release. Did not project the ball down the lane, almost like he's trying to guide the ball into the pocket. You can't do that, Phil. You got to cut it loose.
3, 6, 10. It can be a difficult spare.
Yeah, lots of ways to miss it. You want to put the ball in between the 3 and the 6. 6 will take care of the 10.
Some players go hard at it, others hook it a little bit.
Hard and straight. Takes care of the 3, 6, 10.
Edwards still on top here in match 2. And taking a look by the numbers here, 96 bowlers in all, but Marshall a little bit different. Average to cast at 207. Match play, top 24, 210, a little bit different than in weeks past.
Well, it's been taking 225, 230 to make the match play, so certainly a much more demanding condition. And it was interesting watching the players having to really make the shots in order to get the ball to the pocket. Better projection, but Well, came in high a couple of times and overcorrected. It's the 2-4-10. Made that same spare in the last game. You'll see the ball coming in light. 2-4-10. Well, just the same thing as you did last game, Mr. Edwards.
And not too many splits have been converted. However, he did pick this up last game.
Well, not to be now. Just the 2 and the 4. With that open frame, Parker Bohn III sitting on the bench. Now takes a 2. Tonight, the scoring pace much lower this game.
Got it out. Gets that 7-pin out of there this time.
Now for Bohn, it's all about shot making. He certainly found the right mark on this shot. Back into the pocket, solid. 7-pin responds. So does Parker Bohn.
Parker has the advantage in a couple of weeks. He'll be at a PBA regional in Richland Lanes, Johnstown, Pennsylvania, following the TFC next week. A lot of players like to bowl in regionals across the country. Beautiful shot. So he has a double, and he has the lead.
And he does like to bowl. I mean, he's a bowling machine. He's in the prime of his career. People love him. A great representative for the tour.
He's earned at least $100,000 each of the last 7 years, 9 out of the last 10. Earned over $200,000 a couple of years ago. He's done just that this year.
Boy, how fast it can leave you, Phil. You know, Edwards was able to strike a lot in the last game, shooting .235. And now just losing the touch a little bit as he's moved in a little further to the left. Watch the 6-pin, second from the right. It just really dies in the channel, doesn't pop back out. Edwards will have to settle for no better than a spare here in the 5th frame.
Lands it out, picks up that 10-pin spare. You can access all the latest information about the PBA by checking out the PBA's website at pbatour.com. The site, sponsored by Brunswick, features all the latest tournament standings, stories, stats, news from the PBA, as well as game-by-game updates during match play and scheduled live chats with the pros. Edwards up in the 6th frame. He's got to get it going here.
He's listening to you, Phil.